podcast, brother. This podcast here is going to be a little bit of a somber tone for brother Garrett over here doing post-game recap.
It's tough.
Michigan
is tough.
Wolverines.
This is immediate after.
Michigan Wolverines versus TCU.
Yeah,
college football playoff.
After.
Brother?
My voice is a little hoarse. I did a lot of screaming. That game seemed to be an eternity. I mean, that game was a roller coaster of emotions,
Good
roller
game.
coaster. Oh, a great game. I don't even know really where to begin with this game, brother. I mean, I feel like Michigan basically pissed it away. I'm sorry. TCU beat us. I'm not going to deny it. They beat us. However, we threw 2 pick sixes. We turned the ball over inside the 1-yard line twice. That's a 28-point swing, people. 28-point swing. I mean, I in my heart of hearts, I feel like we pissed it away. I'm sorry, but I feel like that's what happened. Yes, TCU beat us. They made some key plays at some key times in our
Two
defense.
of those being the pick sixes.
Yeah, in our defense, I don't know what happened. I just don't know what happened. We were run over.
Run through.
Max Duggan made some key plays, brother, at some key times. He didn't throw for, I think he was like 11 for 26 or something at one time.
Yeah, it wasn't impressive.
He threw for 2 picks, 2 touchdowns. It was 226 yards or something like that. It wasn't like he was killing us. It was like we shot ourselves in the foot too many times. We got cute. I think we got too cute too early.
You definitely got cute inside the goal line.
Yeah, we got too cute, especially with the Philly special. Is that what they call it, brother? The Philly special? Is that what we tried to do?
That pass to McCarthy.
Yeah, and I told you,
I
when I saw
what
McCarthy in the pregame, McCarthy makes this one-handed catch, and I was like, brother, they're going to do this with McCarthy. They're going to do this little. They're going to do this little throwback to McCarthy. Sure as shit. You know, Edwards takes the first.
TCU didn't bite on it at all.
No, not at all. Edwards takes first damn play of the game, 54 yards. And it was like, I thought he was going to break away. Brother said he's got breakaway speed. He's got SEC speed. I didn't see that.
Well, the guy ran him down was just faster.
It was so aggravating to watch that game. When it was like when TCU had the ball, it's like you're expecting Michigan to make a stop. Like you're expecting Michigan to make a play. Because they did all year long. Like you're just waiting for something, for somebody to make a play. Nobody can make a play.
Brother, they did. They did. McCarthy made some strikes to Ronnie Bell, who had touchdowns, made some great catches. They made plays, but defensively, they didn't make the plays that they needed. I mean, you can't score as many points as Michigan did there and lose the game.
I'm sorry, brother, but I come away from this game thinking whoever wins this Georgia-Ohio State game is going to win the national title.
Well, probably, yeah.
And it pains me to think that Ohio State has a legit shot here to win this national title after we just beat the shit out of them. I just can't. I can't accept.
Well, I don't think you got much to worry about there. I don't think Ohio State's beating Georgia.
Well, they better not.
I don't think Ohio State's beating Georgia.
Oh, I'll be fit to be tied.
But that game, keeping on the task at hand here against TCU, is. Neither of us expected. I expected it more than you did because I had it being a close game.
Yeah.
I had it being a one-score game, but I said for
realistically,
sure.
brother, realistically, it shouldn't have been a close game. There's a 28-point swing there, or it's not close. Like, that's my whole thing. It's like if Michigan plays their game, we smacked the shit out of them. We still smack the shit out of them. I mean, you look at the stats.
You keep saying that, though, this 28-point swing, like you're just going to erase those 2 pick sixes. You can't, though. Those are plays.
I don't know,
those are plays. Those are plays that TCU made. Those are plays that they forced you into.
But it wasn't like he made, those types of mistakes all year long. I think he only threw 4 interceptions.
It doesn't matter. He forced them to make those mistakes today.
I don't want to get in on it too much because I know brother's gonna. He's going to piss on me about it. But the officiating was horrendous. The officiating was absolutely atrocious. We had scored, I think, 2 touchdowns that they called back just because they wanted to make it a game. I really think they wanted to make it a game. The one Roman Wilson was a touchdown. I'm sorry. Yes, his knee was down, but technically he did not have possession of the ball to complete the catch until his ass was in the end zone and the ball is right on top of the goal line, people. I mean, that's exactly where it was. If we're going to zone in and Starlink in on the ball, I mean, it was a touchdown. And then the very next damn play, they fumble the snap to Mullings.
Why was he even in the game? And
it's like, why is he even in the game? Put Stokes in, put Edwards in. You got to go this far. Quarterback sneak it, for crying out loud. It was some of those decisions at that point, at those points in the game, just killed you. It killed you, and it was so aggravating to watch because it was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Boy, bro, you got potty.
Oh, I was pissed. I mean, I've almost lost my voice over this damn game. And the defense, I didn't even know where to begin. You're horrendous. You couldn't stop the run. You couldn't get home on the blitzes. Rod Moore, you suck. Mozzie Smith, all the guys up the middle. You couldn't stop anybody. And I don't even know what the guy's name at the end was. Decapitated. What was his name? Decapamore or something like that. He was running for 20 yards a pop. He had 13 carries for 180 yards or some shit, brother. Didn't he?
The backup guy?
Yeah. What was his name? Decatamore or some shit like that? Well, he decapitated Michigan.
Yeah, he ate you alive.
Yeah, he decapitated you. It was just, right when Michigan got it to 41-38. It's 41-38. You just got the 2-point conversion. JJ makes that little shuffle. You get the 2-point conversion. Or no, it was after the Roman Wilson touchdown. You're like, oh my God. Oh my God, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. You're just waiting for Michigan to take the lead, and then they're going to throttle them. And then TCU comes right back and makes it 48-38. And you're just like, and they just go down the field like this.
Couple 3-play
like
drives.
That. It was 6 plays. It was 6 plays, less than 2 minutes. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Michigan's defense play that poorly in all season.
Yeah,
that was something to behold.
They couldn't get home on the blitzes, and I'm sorry, but you blitzed at the wrong time. You're sitting there blitzing on first down, and I don't know what the hell you're doing because TCU is running the ball on first down. If you're run blitzing, I get it, but you're running past the line of scrimmage. Therefore, you're running past the running back who's got the ball going the other way 100 miles an hour. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. You had some success blitzing on third down in the first half to get them off the field a little bit. And you went away from it. And then in the second half, because they only allowed 21 points in the first half, you allowed 30 points in the second half. So clearly, you did something better in the first half. And then offensively in the first half, you couldn't punch the ball in the end zone, and that killed you. That just absolutely killed you. This game should have been easily 21-21, 24-21, us in the lead at halftime, 28-21, whatever.
Yeah, but it wasn't, brother.
But it wasn't, and so now
the way Harbaugh managed,
it's a heartbreaker.
The way Harbaugh managed the clock at the end of the game was confusing. Left me scratching my head quite a bit. His reluctance to use the timeouts a little bit sooner, to where he got the ball back with 50 seconds left, where I feel like he probably could have used them a little earlier maybe and gotten the ball back with maybe minute 50 left.
Yeah, I think the early theme of the game, though, brother,
Plus, when they had the ball before Michigan scored their last touchdown, they were just tick, 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 ticking the clock away when they had the ball on offense. And they showed no sense of urgency, really.
Know. I just felt like the early part of the game, the physicality that TCU brought, TCU to me took it personal.
Yeah, they punched you in the mouth.
Like their defensive line, their front seven almost took it personal. That's all you could say, is because they really took it to the Michigan front offensive line. The Michigan's offensive line, Joe Moore Ward aside, you didn't do shit today. You didn't do anything aside from Edwards' first run of the game, which he didn't have SEC speed to run away. Okay, and he still runs like a blind man. To my point earlier,
he did run for 130 yards.
Irregardless,
he averaged 5.5 yards a carry.
Georgia missed that damn field goal, brother.
Nah,
Ohio State wins this game. I'm telling you,
a lot of games. Ohio State ain't gonna win this game.
damn.
But yeah, I don't know. There was a. See, I didn't go into this game thinking Michigan was going to blow them out like a lot of people did. I didn't really get that. I mean, you don't really see. It's a college football playoff game. You're not going to see really many blowouts. Okay, when you get the top four teams. We had the top four teams playing.
We had them in a blowout.
Brother, you're down 21-3.
Yeah, but brother, we left points on the board. We left so many points on the field, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that's testament to TCU making you leave points on the board.
It is. So like I said, I was going to give credit to them because they
forced you to leave points on the board.
The physicality that they brought in the trenches, I thought on the defensive side of the ball in particular, and the defensive line, pretty much rushing three guys and getting pressure on McCarthy. I thought pretty consistently throughout the game. I thought that was a huge thing. I mean, McCarthy was running for his life, I thought, a majority of the game.
Yeah.
And Duggan was not. Like, Michigan was running four guys. And that's where I kind of think, like, three-guy defensive line sometimes works to your advantage because the offensive line gets confused and, like, who to block. And
Duggan did not run the ball as much as I thought he would either.
No, but he was opportune in the times that he did, though. And
but I expected him to pick up. I expected him to run the ball more than he did. I mean, he never really ran. I mean, there wasn't really many designed run plays for him. Maybe a couple, two or three RPO, designed run plays for him. But the majority of his rushing came from the pocket breakdown, and he scrambled out for 6-7 yards or whatever. But to me, the game was won and lost on the intensity. Michigan just didn't. Michigan never matched TCU's intensity.
I agree.
TCU played faster. They played harder. They hit harder.
Yeah,
they swarmed
especially
to the ball
early on.
They swarmed to the ball on defense. I mean, we were talking about we were watching Alabama, Kansas State.
Yeah.
And Kansas State was up 10-0 at the end of the first quarter, and we watched the first.
Their hair was on fire.
Yeah, we watched the first couple drives, and Kansas State was just stuffing them and
running around like maniacs.
And you're like, oh, Kansas State came to play, and I was like, yeah, but. I was like,
this fizzles.
they ain't gonna sustain this the whole game.
Yeah,
like you can't continue that intensity over the course of an entire game against a team like Alabama. It's hard to do it in an entire game against anybody, but to maintain it in an entire game against a team like Alabama is going to be damn near impossible. But it was almost like TCU managed to maintain it the entire game.
Yeah,
for the most part. Okay, and whenever they needed to dial it up, they dialed it up.
Whenever they needed to dial it up, they could. And that was the thing in Michigan.
And that was very rare in this world.
It killed them. I mean, it killed Michigan today. I mean, I'm in still disbelief because I thought Michigan pissed it away.
Yeah, I thought there was no way you were losing that game. I thought it'd be close. One score. I think I said 38-33. Michigan would win. Be one score game. It'd be closer than all the pundits thought it would. Because they were just writing TCU off the pasture, like they had no chance. And I'm just like,
you're going to see Ohio State beat Georgia here, and then Ohio State's going to go on and win national title.
Ohio State ain't going to beat Georgia. Get the hell out of here.
You watch.
I am watching.
That's all I got to say on it. I'm pretty disappointed. Damn near lost my voice.
Good game, though.
Great game, but...
You were writing Michigan off many times in that game, and I was the one
brother,
they're not out of this game. They go down and score in the next 2 minutes here, and they get a stop, then they're right back in it. And sure as shit, in the next 2 minutes, they go right back down and score a touchdown. And I'm like, all right, well, now we need to stop. But they never got the stop.
It was 33-22, I think, and then, or it might have been 34-22 or something like that.
You guys were all.
We were like, it's a 12-point game, and then they go down because Michigan had just scored to make it 34-22, and then we're like, okay, it's only a 2-score game, and then what's TCU do? They go down and make it 41-22, and then Michigan comes right back, makes it 30-41, and it was just like, and then we make it 38-41, and that's when it was like, we've got them, and then our defense just let them off the hook, and we had them in that moment, and.
I think going forward...
It killed it. That drive right there, I thought, was the backbreaker. When it was 41-38 and you let them go down and score a touchdown, I thought, you just ain't got it tonight.
I think going forward into next year, I think they need to learn something from this game, and then I think they need to change their game plan a little bit offensively because I think...
And defensively.
Because I think, well, the defense, whatever they were doing all year on defense worked, but whatever they did this game did not.
Yeah.
But I think this showed that their offense can be a high potent offense.
Dude, JJ threw for 350 yards.
They can score in bunches by passing the ball. This whole 3 yards in a cloud of dust, 1980s, early 1990s style bullshit, where they just run the ball over and over again. I mean, that worked for them well this year, but it made them very one-dimensional.
Touchdown Ohio State.
Yeah, sure shit. Made them very one-dimensional though, and I said all year long, there's going to come a time where you're going to need to throw the ball, and they were throwing the ball pretty well. I've been hard on JJ all year long, and I would say from the third quarter till the end of the game was probably the best I've seen him look all year.
Yeah, I mean he was more dialed in.
He showed me something a little bit halfway through the third quarter to the end of the game. Right. He showed me a little bit of something because he seemed more comfortable just clanging and banging and just slinging
the ball,
just slinging the ball, and that was working for them.
It was.
So I mean, you keep some.
They were
weapons
going down the field.
You keep some weapons on offense for them at receiver. You keep a good O line, and you keep that good rushing attack. But you become more pass happy next year. I think they take another step forward. I think their offense is much better next year. But Harbaugh has got to let McCarthy run the ball more. This whole it's almost like Harbaugh is handcuffed JJ, and it's like he's trying to force him to be a pocket passer. Like he's instilling to him, no, you're not allowed to run the ball. No matter what, pocket breaks down, I don't care. You cannot run the ball. You stay and you find somebody to throw it to.
Yeah,
that's like what it's been all year.
That's what it seems like.
And then finally, like late in the third quarter, it was like the pocket would break down and the kid would just take off running and picked up 40 yards down the field.
Yeah, that one drive he scored the entire.
Yeah, he ran in that 20-yard touchdown run.
He picked up 70 yards by himself, basically, and scored the touchdown.
And things started to gel a lot better that way. It was like if to me as him as the player, as an offensive coordinator, I got to go to Harbaugh and be like, look, man, this is working.
Yeah,
like we can do this. We need quit trying to force this kid to be some type of passer that he's not.
He's not a Tom Brady sit in the pocket.
No, he's not a Peyton Manning.
No, he's just not. He's a playmaker. He's a Pat Mahomes type guy. He's a very poor man's Pat Mahomes. I mean, but that's what he's.
His game is to get outside and run and make plays with his legs and sling the ball all around. That's his game.
The play breaks down and he throws it 50 yards and zing.
His game is not sit in the pocket and go through all of his progressions and check it down. That's not his game.
No, it's not. And hey, I gotta give. If we wrap this up here, I gotta give total credit to TCU because they had a better game plan. I thought Sonny Dykes had the boys ready to play.
Michigan was not prepared.
Harbaugh, I thought the guys came out
flat.
I mean, they came out well in the first drive. They got the ball. And if they would have scored a touchdown on that first drive, I think the game would have been different. But, they called that Philly special, and TCU read it beautifully. And he scored a touchdown on that drive, and I think the game probably ends a little bit differently.
Maybe.
But you don't. And the game turns on a dime like that, and then you
credit to TCU for not giving up the lead the rest of the game. I mean, TCU kept their foot on the gas the rest of the game.
Yeah, they did all the way through. TCU never let their foot off the gas. I mean, and that's what typically teams will do in those types of situations is they'll let their foot off the gas, and the stronger team kind of gets.
They start feeling comfortable, and
but they didn't. They really didn't. So total credit to TCU. I'm not gonna poo-poo them. Hey, they beat us. They did. But there was a lot of self-inflicted wounds on our side, too. Too many, really. And a lot of it was coaching. Just not having the guys in the right position to be successful. And I think that, I don't know, brother. I look ahead to next year, and I hope Corum comes back because I think we got probably a top 3 team coming back next year if you have McCarthy. You got all those receivers minus Ronnie Bell, Edwards, Corum, 2/5 of the offensive line, but you got some guys transferring in. Colston Loveland is a guy. He's a dude. He's a tight end position.
You'd be a favorite to win the Big Ten. It'd be you and Ohio State.
Sandristel's coming back. You got Will Johnson coming back.
It'd be you and Ohio State.
Mason Graham. I mean, you got some guys that are coming back that I think Michigan's going to reload. I feel good about going into next year, but
McCarthy's going to get better.
This one's going to sting because
This was tailor made for Michigan to have a run.
Yeah, this one.
You couldn't have asked for a better draw to start in the playoff.
Well,
to play TCU.
You know, the shitty thing about it all is like this is like 3 weeks, ago, 3 weeks in the making from the Big Ten title game. But for me though, like this is 25 years in the making. I mean, this is going back to '97, where I was there every game, and to sit there and think it's like in 30 years, 32, 33 years of my football life, I can't remember many Michigan football games that I've missed. I probably can count them on 2 hands in 30 some years. So I love Michigan, but today hurts. As a Michigan fan, damn it, we just pissed it away. I'm sorry, but we pissed it away. TCU beat us, but we helped them.
Yeah, you shot yourself in the foot quite a bit.
We helped them.
Then you didn't do yourself any favors. But anything else you want to rap about on that, brother? Is that it for you?
Yeah, that's it for me, brother. Go Georgia. That's all I can say. Because if Ohio State gets in there and they win the national title, I tell you what, I'll never watch another college football game the rest of my life.
Oh, get that. Brother's so full of shit.
That's it for me, brother.
All right. Well, apologies to Trump. We were going to have Trump on here. He was going to do a little talk about his tax returns and stuff. But
you're so disgraceful.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. And I heard it was a big nothing burger.
We couldn't get him on. Well, we ran out of time. Really, we had him on. He was waiting to get on here in the FaceTime, but we got to bump him because brother went long on his rant there. But
I had to.
We'll get him in tomorrow for. We'll get him on after Elon tomorrow for the Lions post game. So.
We got a big Lions game coming at you tomorrow. We got a very big Lions date, brother. To me, we got the Bears, followed by the Packers. Now, who are the Packers playing?
I don't know.
Let's just take a gander, brother.
Both teams have to win.
Yeah, because we're coming at you hard and heavy tomorrow with the NFL and where the Lions are at. Oh boy, howdy! It's Minnesota.
Oh,
it's Minnesota.
Yeah.
At home. Green Bay's at home, everybody.
I can't wait for that. It's going to be a fun day of football tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun day tomorrow. I'm off Monday.
Until then, Smith boys.
See ya.
Out.